Just a quick couple of hints on how to make your Maths IA look amazing, and really great skills for the rest of your life is knowing how to use Word a bit better. So I'm going to put an equation in, and you can do it through insert and all that, but it's so much better never to take your hands off the keyboard if you can, because it's just quicker. So Alt, you hold Alt down and press equals, and it puts an equation in. Equals, of course, because that's an equation. Alt equals. And then you start typing. And the really nice thing is that if you do the usual symbols for maths, when you move on to the next thing, either by pressing space, or in this case, I'm going to press plus, it will parse what you've typed into beautiful maths. If you put a bracket in, when I press space now, it understands what you mean. Similarly, if I can put in, say, 2 plus x divided by, open brackets, x squared minus 1, when I press space, it sorts it all out. It's lovely. Equals. Now you may want to use flashy variables like this, a underscore 1 plus a underscore 2. Very nice. And then I'll go on to the next line, Alt equals. Now this time I am going to take my mouse and use one of the big operators. It sets it all up for you, typically say this one. Really nice, and you can just fill in the boxes, x squared dx from x equals 1 to 3. And it's nice, can you see I'm inside the integral there with the shading. I just press right arrow, I'm now outside it, equals. And I can, let's integrate it. Open square brackets, x cubed over 3, close square brackets. Now watch this, I'm going to say from 3 to 1, so that's a power 3, or a subscript of 1 and a superscript of 3. Press space, does it absolutely beautifully. This is not divide, it's the other slash. If you put this, then there's a whole load of things. You don't need to know many of them, but for example, any Greek letter, it'll convert it. Pi plus sigma plus, and if you put a capital letter, like delta, put a capital letter there, D, special symbol not equal to 3. Next, I'm going to put a picture in. So typically you're using a map. Here's Welly, Shift Windows S for screenshot. Shift Windows S, drag it out, and that goes onto the clipboard. So you just simply go back to Word and paste. Now this can be resized. A lot of you tend to fiddle with this button and make it like this. Don't do that. Just leave it as the top one in line with text. That means that if you press space above it, it goes down. It's just so much easier. Okay, that's for simple pictures, but if I wanted to draw on this, then here's a slightly better way of doing it. I'm going to go to insert, shapes. The bottom of the menu, you can't quite see it on the screen. It says new drawing canvas. Put that in, and anything I put into here will get grouped together and stay together, and it just makes life a lot easier. So I'm going to paste my picture into there, resize it. Now I can go into insert shapes. Let's stick an arrow in there and say, I'm talking about that's placed there. Let's put insert shape, a text box, and put some writing in here. By the way, when you're writing and you want to say, this is the place where x equals 5, you write and then you say Alt equals x equals 5. And then I'm going to right arrow just out of that, right arrow, and you can see something or other. So put the equation in, even if I just write x and Alt equals X, move out of it, is, and it's because it writes X really nicely in the same font, italicized, and makes everything look classy. That's really nice. One last thing is I want to put a number on here, so I'll go insert a shape, put a text box. I want that to be 5, but that's really ugly, just looks ugly. So what I'll do is right click on this, and I don't want it to be filled. Let's have no fill. And I don't want an outline, no outline. And then I've got the number 5, I can move it around just where I want it. And everything looks classy. So good luck with your Maths IA. I'm always in between 6 and 7 in my office if you're struggling.